What's up, everybody? Alright, so a little change of pace, a little change of scenery. We're gonna start today's video out in the car, in the Acura, the boosted B20. We're gonna take a little drive. We're gonna hit up, you know, that Harbor Freight. We're gonna go catch the Labor Day sale they got going on. I got a 25% off coupon. Don't know what I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna take a look and see if there's something there I need. I know I broke my vise. Maybe I'll pick one up. I don't know, but it's worth checking out. So let's go for a drive. We have arrived at Harbor Freight. So I have all these coupons and everything. I don't know. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna see if I find anything good. Probably gonna buy a vise because I know I need that. But yeah, after that, we're gonna probably head home and get to the garage and get some work done. What's up, everybody? I'm back from Harbor Freight and everything. We're back in the garage, the place that, you know, I never can get out of because we always got so much work to do, and I love it. I love staying busy and everything, and I love getting things done, especially on the race car and everything, because, you know, we're just making progress. I mean, here she is. You know, it's practically a complete car and everything, and I'm really liking how there's like barely any wire showing because everything's going to be tucked up on the front. I was really worried that, you know, I was going to, instead of relocating the harness, it was going to look real crappy, but it's going to look clean so far, it seems. But today, we are going to be working on the 1J again. So, I've made some room here, some room for activities, and I've moved the engine hoist up front, and I know my garage is a filthy mess, and one day I will clean it, but that is not today. But we are going to drag the 1J off the stand. We're going to change the rear main seal, and we are going to test fit the transmission and adapter setup. We're gonna unbox our PMC adapter kit and everything, and we're gonna start test fitting pieces, because now that the front of the 240 is finally back together, we can put the engine and transmission in and try to see what we have to do for a cross member and how the BMW trans is gonna fit inside the S13, because I don't think anybody's ever done it. I don't know, it's probably been done, but I cannot find any information about it online. I've seen them in SC300s and whatever, you know, but I've not seen any in an S chassis. So I'm gonna get some parts, I'm gonna get this engine off the stand, and we are gonna get started. Alright guys, so we got the engine off. We've already went ahead and changed our rear main seal, so that's good to go. And here is our PMC adapter setup. Now I'll say this kit looks really nice, and it's really affordable. It's cheaper than a Collins kit, and I like it a lot. The only problem I have is they don't give you any instructions on the hardware. So, I mean, some of this can maybe be easily figured out, like there's 2, 4, 6, 8 of these washers and 8 of these bolts. So I'm assuming the washers go with these bolts, because this was all packaged in one package and this was all packaged in another package. So this is the hardware for the adapter plate. This is the hardware for the flywheel kit. So I'm assuming these are flywheel bolts, these are pressure plate bolts, and these have to do with the transmission. I'm not exactly sure what they're for and everything just yet, but I'm just trying to make sense of everything, because there's a lot of bolts and I'm not exactly sure what goes what. Like, where do these spacers go? What are they for? I assume these are the starter bolts that I have to drill out the threads or something in here, or drill out the holes. I'm not sure. These, I have no idea. Maybe transmission bell housing bolts. These look like the adapter plate bolts that go in these recessed holes. I really wish PMC would include a simple hardware diagram so you knew what bolts go where. So I'm going to just kind of do some research and everything, and then we're going to start fitting everything on. So I'll bring you guys back when I make sense of all this goodness. Alright guys, so you'll see here this is a very tight fit, and some people may remove this pipe or do some other stuff to it, but what I did is I just kind of tapped it towards the head and over a little bit to flatten it out and bring it closer to the head, and then up a little bit to raise it up. And then I went ahead and beveled the edge of the adapter plate to make some room for the coolant tube. So this is a modification you need to be aware of if you're using 1JZ and you're not removing this pipe or whatever. You just got to do whatever you got to do to make it fit. So I went ahead and beveled this edge a little bit, and now it fits perfectly so that it can sit all the way up against the engine like a glove. These are the bolts that I'm going to use. They're going to go in here and just screw in. So I believe these or so bolts that I have here should go into these. So I know that, and we're gonna keep trying to figure out where all the other bolts go. I'm just gonna start one by one and try to figure it out. It looks like there's smaller bolts here. I believe they may be these shorter ones. I'm not too sure yet. I still have basically 2 of these are the same, 2 of these are the same, and 2 of these are the same. So I have no idea where they go yet. So I'm gonna keep trying to do some research and get this all narrowed out so you guys will have some good proof of what bolts go where. Because that is really actually very hard, and I don't think I can get a hold of PMC right now, so that's not very helpful. Sadly, they're in Poland, but I'm gonna keep working and I'll update you guys as I go. So here's our adapter plate fully mounted and everything like that, and I've narrowed it down to what bolts bolt the adapter plate on. Alright, so the 5 large bolts go up top, and then if you remember, I had 2 smaller bolts, 2 middle bolts, 2 long bolts. Well, the 2 small bolts and these 4 bolts are different thread pitch, so the 2 small bolts were the ones that go down here in these holes, and they were the only 2 out of the 6 that would screw in, so those go there. And now we just need to figure out the rest of these, and that'll come with due time. Alright guys, so I'm really frustrated, and I contacted PMC, so I'm gonna have to wait for them to respond, which means that I'm not gonna actually be able to fully install the kit today, because I mean, my mind tells me some things about how this should be installed, but I want to make sure, because it just is a very intricate, system, and I want to make sure I have proper, engagement of the clutch and everything works properly. I don't want to just get this wrong, and they include no instructions. I just don't understand how hard it would be to print out a piece of paper. I mean, they send this that says, thank you, and all this, come buy more stuff. And it tells me to exchange 30 days, but it doesn't give me a paper printout that shows me the location of where the bolts go and the order of installation for the automatic parts and the new flywheel and everything. It's not that simple, and it would really help us out as consumers. So PMC, if you ever watch this video, which I doubt, please include some instructions. Thank you. Alright, so I installed it the way I think it's going to have to be installed, but until I get verification, this is where I'm going to stop. So I'm not going to be torquing anything down or putting the clutch on or anything like that, but I am going to continue to bolt the transmission on so we can drop it in the car and get some measurements. Alright guys, so I found out what this is after getting my transmission. So this is the clutch fork pivot ball and everything like this. This is an upgraded brass extended and everything like that. Here's the original one for reference. It's nylon or plastic or whatever. You just pull it out, and that's that. So this one's threaded at the rear of it, and I just went and found a spare bolt and everything, and you can see there's a hole right here. So basically it fits in the transmission, but it could potentially come out. So my idea is basically use this bolt right here just to secure it and everything like that. That way there's no chance it comes out. But this is really a nice piece and a nice upgrade. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this. That way I know it's done and everything, and we'll be in good shape. The clutch kit came with a new clutch fork and everything, so I'll be replacing that. I may need to reuse this clip. I don't know if it came with a new one, so I may need that. But we'll get this bad boy installed, and then we'll get to mating the transmission and the engine together. Alright guys, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts in. Some of the bolts don't seem to line up. They're probably for the other bell housings and whatnot. It's really weird. I would like to get a bolt here, but this bolt don't line up. This one looks like it lines up, but I can't get it to screw in. So 5 bolts will be enough for us to test fit the engine and transmission into the car. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up and whatnot, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and drop this bad boy in. Hopefully our mounts work. We're using Kazama Cusco mounts. Hopefully they work and we can get this thing sitting in the engine bay, and I will be ecstatic if that happens. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I look like I've been to hell and back. And I pretty much have. I'll tell you, solid motor mounts do not make it easy to position an engine in an engine bay and everything like that. But we got her in there, shoehorned that 1JZ VVTI I love inside the S13. That's right. And I will say, you know, for a guess, that valve cover matches beautifully. I'm really excited. It actually came out perfect. So my guesswork worked pretty well because, I mean, yeah, there's a small difference, but man, it blends in pretty good. But there it is. Oh, it looks good. And I'll tell you, I just took a quick look, but I think the cross member may be really simple because I think the mounts for the ZF go right where the cross member used to mount. So this honestly may be a very easy swap for future S13 guys that want to go a little less expensive than a CD009 or something like that. But either way, the 1J is in the S13, and that is a job successful for today. I got more than I could ever wanted done today. I'm so happy. I am stoked. I'm tired. I'm sweaty. Hopefully you're excited because now we can try to get some measurements for the cross member, get some measurements for the drive shaft. I gotta make some calls tomorrow. I need to get this drive shaft ordered ASAP, so hopefully I can maybe get it in the next week or two and try to get it by the end of the month. But that's gonna end the video. Please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for further content. Cop a sticker, support the build, support the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Later. I'm tired, but it was a beautiful day. The 1J's in the S13. Yes!